This video shows an inexperienced driver exiting an arterial on a right turn and then either failing to recover the steering at the correct point or not recovering to a sufficient degree, and the vehicle diverts off the roadway. Here the driver makes the right turn at the intersection, fails to correct the steering, and if I had not stopped the car, I would have diverted off the roadway onto the sidewalk at this point. The marked spot indicates the exact location of a fatal incident. A newly licensed driver actually did make this right turn, failed to recover the steering, diverted over the curb, and killed a pedestrian at this spot. So, as you can see, this is not just an arbitrary example of what could happen. These collisions actually do occur. The primary cause of such a collision is the inexperienced driver's inability to control their vehicle's direction in proportion to their speed. In this particular case, the driver, in all likelihood, could have recovered the steering properly had she been going the proper speed. However, that speed exceeded her ability to properly recover the steering. This scenario is comparable to the situation that was illustrated in the video on curves, where the competent and experienced driver was able to recover the steering properly even at the higher speed, whereas the inexperienced driver was not able to do that. To maintain the proper travel path and to avoid diverting over the curb, the driver must begin the steering recovery at this point. However, if the vehicle's speed exceeds the driver's ability to properly steer through a travel path, and the steering recovery is delayed until this point, the probability of diverting from the proper travel path over the curb increases significantly. Inexperienced drivers can steer toward what they are visually fixated toward. In this scenario, if the driver becomes visually fixated on the pedestrian, that can subsequently cause the driver to either delay the steering recovery or fail to recover at all, which then causes the vehicle to divert over the curb toward the pedestrian. The probability of this error is significantly greater with an inexperienced driver as opposed to an experienced driver.